This is Mr. Cross, Head of Music at John 23rd College. Thank you, Mr. Cross, for meeting with me today to ask various questions about music. My first question is, for people who want to learn a musical instrument, what should they consider when making that decision?
There are a few things to consider when picking which instrument you might like to learn. One of the first things is what kind of music you're interested in. So certain instruments lend themselves to different types. Things like violins, violas, cellos tend to end up in orchestras. Saxophones, trumpets, trombones end up in bands or swing bands. Guitars, guitar ensembles, rock bands, singing in choirs or at the front of bands. So it can depend on your musical interests very much. Might also depend on where there's an area of need in a music department. Certain ensembles might be desperate to fill certain gaps. Sometimes that can be a really good opportunity to very quickly find yourself involved. Some of it can also come down to whether you like playing music for yourself or sharing that with others. Some instruments such as piano, for example, a lot of students learn that because it's something which they'd like to play at home on their own in their lessons, whereas some students who have a love of performing may choose orchestral or band instruments that they know are going to be on the stage throughout the year.
Alright, thank you. Second question is, do you think that there's an ideal age to start learning a musical instrument?
Some people would say so, especially if you want to be a world famous concert pianist, that you need to be starting very early on. But the short answer is not really. We have students who will pick up an instrument in year 7 and 8 and still might find themselves doing year 12 music and going on to do music at university. We also have students who learn music from a very young age and find that they lose interest later in life. So there's no one real answer to that. We have people that do both.
Alright, thank you. Alright, third question. Based on your experience and the musicians that you've met, do you think certain personality types match different instruments?
Sometimes, very much. So certain genres of music and ensembles that perform in whether it's jazz clubs or contemporary bands, sometimes those personalities are a little bit more improvisatory, they're a little bit more relaxed, they can think on the fly. Certain types of personalities that like to study and prepare may find themselves in more classical ensembles where they can practice and the notes are all written there for them. Some personalities are attracted to the music that they're particularly interested in. That's why we end up with classical orchestras and death metal bands as well. So it can shape that, definitely.
Alright,